So I just saw this girl's TikTok story time about how she got flown out by this professional athlete. And when she got there, she was ready to leave within 24 hours. When I tell you, we had the same exact experience down to the cold water showers, the Uber at the airport situation, the guy not being at his place and not getting fed. Like, I don't know if we got flown out by the same dude or what, but like the reality behind getting flown out is not what people think. And I'm only elaborating on this story, and I wish I could tell you guys all of my details too without it being like a 27-part series. But the transparency of what it's really like to get flown out by a professional athlete is not what you hear city girls singing about. Like, it's not this luxury that people think, because these athletes, they still have practice, they still have games, they still have treatments, they still have something, and they're gone 89% of the time that you're there. So it's like, you better hope you know someone in that city or state, or you have to go out by yourself, or you're stuck in their apartment all day long until they come back, whenever that may be, because you don't know. And another thing about it is that, like, they're professional athletes, they're famous people, like, they don't want to necessarily be seen out. And if they are out, they're not going to want to be seen with, like, you know, somebody that's not their stamped girlfriend or their stamped wife. Like, it's bad for the image, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the moral of that is kind of like, if you're gonna get flown out by somebody, make sure you know what to expect before you get there, because what I experienced was the complete opposite of what I expected. And it's not like this guy was a random stranger to me. Like, I knew him and hung out with him a couple times before I got flown out to where he was. And it still was a situation like I did not expect to be in, and that like I didn't enjoy being in. And it kind of like made me nervous to like ever want to fly out somewhere again. And this is just a disclaimer. I'm not shitting on the athletes that have flown me out, or girls that have gotten flown out, or speaking for all professional athletes. This was just based on my situation and what I've experienced and what I've heard other people experience versus what people actually think happens when you get flown out. So basically, just know what to expect. You have to understand, like, these guys, if they're really single, have probably girlfriends in every city, and they're not really worried and catered to if you're having a good time or not, because let's be real, you're there for one of two reasons. So
all right, check this out, ladies. Y'all gotta understand something, bro. Put yourself in the mind of someone who has to book a flight for someone who they not only do they not really know this person, but they're perceived to be Instagram vixens, so we already know what's on their mind. The dude is just trying to clap those cheeks, man. And then he ain't trying to be parading around town with you, because listen, he got a girlfriend. When he flies you out to whatever nowhere city that he plays basketball or football in, he has got one objective on his mind. He's trying to clap them cheeks. He's trying to go past that Virginia state line. He's trying to beat that thing up. That's all it's about. He don't respect you. He don't respect you at all. I promise you. He just wants to have sex with you because you put yourself out there like that. You branded yourself as that type of girl. That's who you are to him. So that's all it's going to be. Stop getting out there and getting disappointed because the dude don't want to take you to these 5-star restaurants and all of that. You came there for a mission, a job, and that was to bend over and get plowed from behind. That's all it was, bro. I don't see how these women can get up here and fix their mouths to sit up there and complain about what happened to them. You a dime a dozen. There's no shortage of good-looking women on Instagram who are ready to get flued out by some professional athlete, even a college athlete. Shit, if he's a goddamn all-star in high school, some of these women will fly out to see him. It is what it is.
You come eat this shit.
I'm not hungry though.
Yes, you is. Precious, if you don't get this goddamn plate.
Oh yeah, this is happening all the time. Y'all know what it is, man. They going over there and eat the boo-boo sandwiches. That's all. Little dookie dessert. That's what it is, man. You can't respect no girl that'll do that, man. I don't care if she a born-again Christian today, and them the ones you got to watch out for, too. Why are you born-again Christian? Why are you going so hard up over this religion stuff all of a sudden? What are you running from? What are you compensating for? I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm telling you what I know. When they going extra hard behind it, it's always that. You know, yesterday I made a video, and I showcased Dr. Umar Johnson. I called him Dr. Umar Jackson because he was definitely pandering towards the black women in the video, much like he always does. And I ain't hating on him or nothing, but bruh, come on, man, gotta speak facts, dog. He said that it's our fault because they have a poor selection of men. What? It's not our fault, man. I'm gonna play the little clip for Dr. Umar, then I'm gonna come back.
I want to say this to us, though, because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. You understand me? Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
I'm smiling, but it ain't funny. I'm smiling, but it ain't funny.
Okay, now that we back, you heard what he said, right? Now what I want to show you is women saying that they would choose the scammer drug dealer over the 9-to-5 guy, which totally debunks and disproves what Dr. Umar said in the video. I just wanted to keep this light. I don't want to really break this down. I think I may go live and actually talk about it more in depth in the future, but for right now, I want to leave it at what it is.
So what is it that's appealing about this scammer? That's all I want to know.
He dressed nice, got money, and we could go anywhere. Go to Roof Chris.
You could go anywhere.
Capital Grill.
Do a 9 to 5.
Oh, is he gonna be tight on the bread when I get paid in 2 weeks?
So once that dude get locked up,
exactly.
What is on to the next one? You gonna stay with him?
I'm
hold him down?
I'm gonna take his money and then.
What money? The feds is taking that money when he go to jail.
Well, then he's a dog.
So what are you gonna do though?
I'm gonna continue with myself. Another scammer.
But you just say you help me, so you going to jail too.
Damn. I didn't think this out. I didn't think this too.
The scammers like, you know what I'm saying? Like to take care of. I ain't never had no scammer now.
Really, nigga?
Speaking into existence.
Scam. Ow. Hit my girl up. Call me. Y'all call me. For real though. I just want somebody like at this point in my life, somebody that want to do nice shit for me. Scammers love nice shit.
Add value.
Exactly. Scammers love nice shit. That's one thing about it. And I like nice shit.
And all these are nice women. Can I get a quick spin for the camera? Spin. Look at that. That's a simultaneous spin. Who birthday? Ina's her birthday. Put your cash app out there for your birthday right there.
My cash app is...
Now, Dr. Umar Jackson, what I'm going to say is this. It's not my fault. It's not any other black man's fault who doesn't commit crimes, who doesn't scam, who doesn't sell dope, who doesn't rob, who doesn't steal, extort, or whatever you want to call it. It's not our faults, man. Guys, I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. I attended an HBCU. Many of y'all did too. And if you went to an HBCU, you know there is no shortage of black male talent in there. You got future lawyers, doctors, accountants, dentists, politicians. You got all kind of stuff at a HBCU, right? How many of y'all know some intelligent, book smart black women who overlooked those guys and now are dating, got pregnant for, drugged through the mud by a street dude? So for Dr. Umar to say what he said is disrespectful because it's kind of like saying, you niggas ain't shit. And black women don't have options. When I just showed you, it's no shortage of black women getting on camera saying that they will pick a drug dealer or a scammer over the 9-to-5 guy any day because it's for personal financial gain. What I told y'all yesterday, take some women who are in a poverty-stricken environment and you show them guys who got money, which is usually the scammers and the drug dealers, and they're young when they see this stuff. The guys who got it right now are usually selling dope, right? It ain't a whole bunch of black men running around in the hood who are not selling dope, who also have a lot of money to spend. That's why they go after those guys. It's actually female hypergamy, man. If a dude that goes to my school is 13, 14 years old and he got $1,000 in cash every single day, it's gonna be hard for me to compete with him.